are, folks, is I have tried to make a product for, I don't know, 30 years. It's an air cleaner and it also will work as a bug killer. What I was going to use originally was honey for the medium for it to pump through. It's going to pump oil from the bottom base, which is this right
Nope.
right here.
Here's
This
the
is the
bottom.
bait. It'll hold. We decided to use mineral oil, still organic, and we're going to put a pump in the bottom of it. It's going to pump through a hose, this pump right here. It's going to pump through a clear plastic hose to the very top here, and it's going to drain into this, and it's going to drain down. Then if it works well, I'm going to put a fan on it and make it organic air filter. So about bedroom size or put by someone's bed so that it would be absolutely catch everything that flies through it, dirt and everything. And we're working on it. So this is a new invention, never tried, have no clue if it'll work.
All right. So, like all smart people do, I marked where to cut first with black paint on black plastic. Okay, I can kind of see it. And I'm not going to search for something else. And if you saw our other video with good hot knife, bad hot knife, this was the good one. And we can tell it's heating up by, what is it? Can't remember exactly how you tell when it heats up. Oh, the smoke. Probably the smoke. Probably the smoke.
Not fire, just smoke, right?
Eh,
Optional of fire part.
and you can actually see the heat coming through and melting all the plastic. I'm going to definitely use this on this piece because we're just going to cut through these little bitty vents. Trying to give us enough room for the cord. And
That's the cord ends what we're going to do. We just didn't want to cut it in two and then splice it back together.
we could if need be, but this still is, we're still prototyping because Ed wants to add a fan.
And this is all 3D printed, folks. And that's Tinkercad that I use. As I mentioned many times before, I think it's made for 3-year-olds, but I could still use it.
With a little bit of help, he can still do it.
Well, they don't restrict it. They'll let older people use it.
They just let the kids just laugh at you for taking too long.
Well,
No, it's very
hard
handy.
to find a 3-year-old when you need your computer repaired, But a lot of them can do it.
All right. I'll show you a little trick I did there. You noticed I used a pen, not my finger, because that is still pretty warm. All right. We just push those down. Now let's see if my guesstimation is correct on the cord. The plug of the cord is going to be the biggest piece. I'm going to cut that piece off with our handy dandy hot knife.
Have you counted your fingers before you started?
Yeah, there's 9.5.
9.5 fingers. All right, we got it now.
All right. Perfect. Just like I planned.
Perfect in every way.
All right. So we're going to move this out of the way.
Okay, and this is the hole that we've cut in it, or Darren cut in it. You can see it a little better, I think, that way. That's the bottom where the oil drains back into the pan. This is the lid that he's cutting right now. He's going to make it big enough to where the cord will fit through and the tubing, which is right here, that will fit through, that'll pump the mineral oil. As we say, we're going to use honey, but the pump would not pump honey. And a pump that would pump honey didn't want to pay the price. So we're using cheap.
Still prototyping.
So it's prototype. We may go back to honey just to see, but we'll have to find a pump.
Why would they choose? Why were you thinking about honey?
Because they found some honey in an Egyptian tomb that was 3,000 years old that was still edible.
I want to know the guy that was brave enough to try it.
That's what I wondered about it,
They said it's edible, but who was that guy and why was he that hungry? Did they not bring snacks?
Hadn't ate in 3,000 years.
That's bad.
And they had to unwrap him too, for him to try it.
Well, they wrapped him for, it's why it lasted so long, probably, as a wrap. All right. Again, the edge of this will be really hot.
Why don't you set that on the table so they can see the hole? Like this, right here. You cut a hole in the lid. Now he's going to try to put the tubing onto the pump, up through the thing, fill it full of oil, and see if it works.
All right, tubing.
Now, if it doesn't work, will they ever see this video? No.
Of course, maybe. I
This is
still like that. Again, like we were talking in the other video, I wish we had that montage button. And it's done. All right. So let's put
I haven't ever tried to eat a montage. Are they pretty good, or put
Need a lot of
sugar
salt.
on them? Salt,
a
pepper.
little salt, pepper 'em. Need some spice.
All right.
One cord through.
And we do give out stickers that if you're a joke survivor,
Bad Joke Survivor stickers.
a lot of people have survived our jokes on this channel. A few, minor ER visit, nothing serious.
They almost all recovered.
Almost all of them did, folks.
It's hardly ever been a permanent.
The
problem.
hardly ever always bothers people. I don't know why. Almost never.
Almost never.
When I got on that ride with y'all that one time and I said, I think they fixed it, and all of them, several people in front of us got off.
Don't worry. This time they made it a lot safer now. Since the accident, everything's a lot better. All right. Now we're gonna. Again, we may cut the cord next time, make a nice tight little pretty hole on there, but this again, we're still experimenting.
Okay, we still got a little bit of extra deal.
So I guess you want to cut that to fit, Pop?
I think so. I got another tube of it.
All right. I think I'm going to go like that, and then I'm going to cut it with our handy dandy cutters, which are right here, probably.
You could try those. The scissors will probably work.
Scissors. All right.
And if you're making one, don't try this at home. No.
Well, just take, go to Home Depot
And know where the nearest hospital is, if it's close by, and how to get there.
if it's close by, follow these instructions.
What this is mineral oil, and I tested the pump in it, and it pumped it. So I took and put it in this neat jar that I had. It's a brand name ball jar. So always put your mineral oil, never.
All right.
Okay, now we need to fill up the base. Now that you've got it all fixed, you could pour it
I'm
down,
going to pour it right on the top. And
Pour
it's
it-
gonna go
pour-
on the bottom.
and then we'll know if it'll drain through.
This will be our first experiment on the drain as well. I'm sure Dad already pre-measured this, so I won't have to worry about overfilling.
I didn't measure anything. It was a big bowl.
I think I'm seeing it on the bottom.
Does a large bowl count?
All right.
I need to plug it in because it may not.
Now for the action shot here. Let's go, and there's the plug. And
Hopefully it'll pump. May have to be primed. I'm not sure. It's not fast. I know that. Shall I go get a funnel and we pour some?
let's go ahead and prime it just for giggles.
All right, I'm gonna. Okay, got the smaller funnel.
So what we're going to do is we're going to prime the pump. And that sounds really fancy, but that just means fill it up with liquid. Sometimes I forget,
Not like a prime number or anything.
now we'd be in trouble. We had to do math.
Okay, you might plug it
I'm going
in.
to say that is
I'd say
primed.
primed. Hopefully, it won't run back before you can turn it on.
It'll definitely have enough to start, I think. All right. And what do you figure the pressure on this? About 300 or 400 psi?
I wouldn't think you've got. There we go.
We have liquid a moving.
Okay, look around the edges and see if it's running down the side. I can't really tell.
I'm not seeing it as yet.
Okay, where is it running from, to, or whatever?
All right, I'm seeing some liquid on this side. And I'm going to cheat just a touch. I'm going to kick it to one side a touch because we know that one hole's pretty big. So we're going to force it more to the away from the big hole we cut for the pipe and the cord. And if you see, Dad's, it's real ingenious. It has little bitty holes in the side that run through the side of this. If you can see, there's little holes in there, and it's going in, and there should be flowing right through here.
What
But I
if you-
haven't been able to see it.
Got a piece of paper or something you stick through there to see if it's.
Let's see. While you're getting a good shot of that, I will find a piece of paper.
And what this is going to be is an air filter, and I'm going to make one that's a bug killer too. Dual purpose.
Again, this is our really his first attempt.
Not running down the side, is it?
Right there.
Oh, it is. Okay.
It's just on this side.
We may have to do some balancing, or we may have to do some inside work on it, but I believe it's going to work.
I think it's definitely a proof of concept, Dad. We'll work on, and what's funny is we're not tied by anything.
It's running out.
We're running out over there, so I'm gonna kick it down just a touch again. Take away my little off kilter there,
See if it still leaks on that.
and we can with the 3D printer, we'll just decide to make a hole exactly the right size. And I think for the permanent model, we'll cut the plug off and wire it in. So everything will be nice and tight and we can really see it work.
I was going to make a square like that
Uh-huh.
and make a tube so you can put all of it through it.
Dad, you could put a pipe nipple on, hose barb, on one side and a hose barb on the other and just have it go in.
Yeah.
Though what's fun about the 3D printer, you're only tied by your imagination. And a little bit of time to design, but how long do you think it took you to design the in 3D and Tinkercad? How long do you think it took you to come up with this design, Dad?
Well, the design was in my mind. It took me about an hour.
So, and if you ever get a chance to play with Tinkercad, it's really, really user friendly. It's so easy. We can use it.
I made a screen like that, and I figured out how to do it in Tinkercad, so that it is a filter. Also, you could use that for many kinds of filters type things, making filters out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.